So you're moving to Portland, Oregon or Vancouver, Washington, and you're not sure which one is for you. The whole goal of this video is, well, at the end of it, you're going to know which one is for you. There's a lot of benefits of living up in Washington with the state income tax that has none. There's a lot of advantages of living down in Portland as well. So what we want to do is talk about those advantages and disadvantages. Plus, we're going to be discussing the huge differences so that you know which area, which state is going to be best suited for you. Do not think you can move and live in one and work in the other and get those benefits. It doesn't work. So if you want to know everything about the difference of living in Portland versus Vancouver and some of the best areas, we're getting after it right now. What's up, everybody? This is Jackson Wilkey with the Real Agent Now Group right here in the Portland Metro. If this is your first time to this channel and you want to learn everything about what it's like to work, eat, sleep, live, play, and the difference between Portland and Vancouver, make sure you tap that subscribe button, click the little bell so you're notified every time we do a new video. We are honestly getting phone calls, emails, texts every single day from people moving and relocating here. We absolutely love it. So thinking about moving anywhere in Portland or Vancouver, make sure you give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. Days, nights, weekends, we got your back when moving to the Portland Metro. All right, so Portland, Vancouver, both these areas are just exploding with growth, and they have been for quite some time. But what's really starting to happen is Vancouver, per se, is seeing the most growth. So yes, Portland, we've got a couple million residents here, but Vancouver is starting to see an incredible amount of growth. So some of the big differences is, well, Vancouver, hey, people, especially if you're working remote, you're going to find a little bit more affordability, especially the farther north you go, and it has more room to build up to the north. Portland is kind of set in its ways where it is right now. Yes, there's new construction going on here, but we are held in by this urban growth boundary. So it's voted on every 10 years. We can't expand. You have to wait. So the rising prices are being driven from that. People always ask us, Jackson, Jesse, Real Agent Now team, can I live in Washington, work in Oregon, or vice versa? Because they want to get that income tax, right? The no income tax of Washington. It doesn't work like that, unfortunately. So that is one of the biggest misconceptions, is that you can live up in Washington and then come down and do your work in Oregon, and then you'll get the no state income tax. Nope, you're going to get taxed in Oregon if that's where you work. So it doesn't work that way. Secondly, it's probably one of the worst decisions, because as of right now, and with only talks of widening the bridge that takes you from Washington to Portland, it's the worst traffic that you'll find. So many people come from Washington down into Portland to work that it is bottlenecked. I'm talking starting at 2 o'clock. It is going to be stacked up. And if you go the opposite way in the morning, from Portland up to Vancouver, you are hauling ass all the way through. And so in the afternoons, going from Portland up into Vancouver, headed home, it's going to be bottlenecked too. So you're going to be stuck in traffic for so long if you do that. The only way around it really is heading out east of you have downtown Vancouver, and if you go way out to the east, there's the 205 bridge over there. So that's going to be a little bit less stacked, but at the same time, it's just not ideal. So you're gonna, if your job or the reason you're moving is Portland or Oregon, you're gonna want to live down in Oregon. Now we just got to find that perfect spot that fits your lifestyle. So with Washington and Vancouver, let me run you through all of what's going on up there, because if you are going to work up there, or you can work from wherever, and you're like, yeah, I want that no state income tax, then it's probably going to be beneficial for you to be up in Vancouver if you don't have to fight that traffic. So it's exploded in the last 3 years, and some of the hottest areas that we're seeing let's go with families first. Let's say you're moving with the family. I'll tell you my number one spot, the place I would absolutely live. But these ones are where you're going to find incredible living and affordability as well. So Philida is an area we went into. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. It's where a lot of growth is going. It's going to put you up probably 20, 30 minutes from downtown Vancouver. But again, you're like, with all this growth that's going up into Vancouver, you're always going to have all your grocery stores, major grocery stores, shops, restaurants, all of that going on. So Salmon Creek's another area. Some of those areas up the farthest north, that's where you're going to stretch the dollar the most if you don't need to be, downtown. And they are incredible. You're going to have top end schools. You have the river over there on the left side too. So you'll see a lot of freaking boat launches and stuff, places where you can store your boat. So that, people who are active and like going out boating and stuff, that's kind of the areas we'll see them going. The ultimate situation, the place that I love is Camas. Camas is, it's got the top schools. It's very beautiful, like green trees, nature, mountains, hiking, and then you got Lacamas Lake, so you got the boats, paddle boarding. It's kind of the dream spot. You got top school districts there. Again, that's just all public data about the schools. You can read about it, but Camas, it's probably your most can't miss area over there, and one of the most rapid growth areas. So we've had a lot of clients get in there because there's so much new construction too. So that's something. Hey, Camas seems amazing. I'm not coming for 6 months, 9 months. Well, getting in now at the low interest rates, locking in that price. We've seen clients come here and they tour and then they go home for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then they decide to put an offer in, and that house will go up by 10 grand. That's how fast things are going. So we can lock things in now, and especially if you are moving and needing to purchase here in the next month or two, like we got to get on these things because there's not a lot left. So Camas, can't miss it. People look at Vancouver right on the river and they're like, oh, that seems amazing. I would love to live there. Right there, it's going to be all condos, and they're pretty spendy with hefty HOAs. They are cool, and you do have amazing views. They're building all the brand new stuff at the South Waterfront projects. So South Waterfront, all new restaurants, bars, brewskis, and they got these killer condos that they're building right there. But that's really it. You have to go way out east. All along the river out to the east, you'll see a lot of condos there. And there's these little mini communities. They'll have their coffee shops and stuff, but you're always going to have concrete paths and hiking and walking up there. So that's one thing that people like. You walk along the river, you can get your couple miles in each day, ride your bike, whatever. So you'll see that. But again, anytime you're on that river there, it's going to, the HOAs are usually a little heftier, but at the same time, you're not having to manage anything, not mow any lawn, any grass, but yet you'll get a bunch of it. So a lot of the living is going to be obviously up to the north of downtown Vancouver. So if you're thinking, okay, well, I can't live in Washington and work in Oregon, that seems like a bad idea, then it really depends on, if you're moving to Oregon for a job, we're going to want to put you pretty close to it for traffic reasons. But it really boils down to kind of 3 different styles of living. You got the northeast and southeast Portland. That's like your prototypical. That's the PDX, man. That's like super walkable. Everything is independent coffee shop, restaurant, bar. It's so much fun. Like the Hawthorne, the Divisions, the Burnsides, like the James Beard winning restaurants. You'll walk into these little restaurants and like you'll have a kitchen right here, 2 cooks going. You walk in between them and there's like 3 tables. They serve like 4 people a night type thing. Like that's PDX living. That's going to be your northeast, southeast living. It's incredible over there. Really depends on your lifestyle. You can live up like the Tabor area and be in the mountains and trees and hiking, or you can be right in, Division, Lads Edition, Division Street, Belmont, Hawthorne, where it's more like, well, Lads Edition's got big homes, but like your Hawthorne, Belmont, that's like your 3-1, 3-2, but you have the most iconic streets in the United States. You'd never be able to go to everything that they have there for shops, restaurants, bars. So, that's kind of your northeast, southeast living. If you're just like, yep, that's me. I don't even want a car. I just want to either ride my bike, take public transportation, work from home. That it's going to be incredible right in there. The other thing is kind of your inner Portland living, Multnomah Village, the Raleigh Hills, that kind of area. It's going to be really, big mountains. You'll have a lot of parks up there. Sometimes you can get like the Healy Heights is super luxury living, but you can get views of all downtown Portland, some of the best views you'll ever see. But it's like your older homes. These were some of the ones first built, and Multnomah Village is incredible, good schools, and they got a cool downtown scene. You have huge parks right next to you. So that's like your real scenic nature living. And then the west side, the Beaverton, Hillsborough, Tigard, Tualatin, Tigard, and even all the way down to, Sherwood, Wilsonville. These are basically going to be suburb living. It's where I reside. Man, you have basically your big strip mall, shopping center, every kind of shop, restaurant, bar, movie theater, Ace Hardware's type of thing, all like in one shopping center. Lots of parks, top schools. It's going to be, more suburb living. So there are areas in like the Hillsborough, Sherwood, and Beaverton that are older, like your 70s style homes. So you get a little bit bigger lot, a little more space. You can maybe have RV parking, that gravel parking for your boat, build a shop. But for the majority of it, it's kind of newer construction style, but we do have those huge jobs out there, the Nikes, the Intels, and a lot of like the big jobs are coming to Portland, leaving maybe California per se, and that's where they're going, is out west. That's where we have all the room to grow. In Hillsboro, it's called the Silicon Forest. So that's going to be an area where you're going to find top jobs and have really good living, a lot of new construction. So it really just depends. Now you got to figure out if Washington or Oregon is going to suit you best. Then when you reach out to us, you tell us, okay, here's my lifestyle. This is exactly what I like doing. And if you're working in a location, a brick and mortar spot, we need to know that so that we can place you close to that. We don't want you driving an hour each way. That kind of ruins your whole Portland vibe. Like, you want to be able to get home quickly and get out and enjoy this beautiful place 24/7, 365. So once you reach out, you tell us, okay, here's my lifestyle. This is exactly what I love doing, what I like doing. Here's where I'm working. Or, hey, I'm working from home and I like this lifestyle. Then we know these areas that are really going to fit you. There's hundreds of different neighborhoods and places to live in both Washington and both Oregon. We are licensed and work in both. So once you reach out to us, that's the only way we can help you. So you do got to reach out, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, days, nights, weekends. We got your back when moving to Portland or Vancouver. And until the next video, guys, we'll catch you later.